Dear friends, welcome to today's discussion about mental health crisis. And I hope you remember what we said about mental health, that it is a state of social, psychological, and emotional well-being. But today I want to give you another definition about what WHO says mental health is. They say mental health is a state of well-being whereby individuals recognize their abilities and they are able to cope with their normal stresses of life, work productively and productively, and make contribution to their communities. And I would like us to know the comparison between the state of mental health between adults and children or adolescents. And it is good also to note that mental health does not only affect adults alone. Children are also affected equally. But now, to identify whether children or adolescents are healthy mentally, it may be a bit difficult to note if you are not very keen about it. And what may make it difficult for you to note whether children or adolescents may have these issues of mental health is one, substantial changes in behavior. The behavior of a child or an adolescent can change from time to time because of developmental changes or developmental crises occurring in their stages of life. That is, the physical changes. The physical changes, for example, the mood swings that happen because of trying to accept themselves. They were trying to modify themselves according to how they are being received within the family, in schools, and within the community. Another one is thinking capacities. The way adults they think is not the similar way adolescents and children think. So here, children and adolescents will mostly, or in most of the cases, rely on the directives or to be directed by adults on what to do. So they will make mistakes from time and time again, trying to fit within the needs of the community, the family, and the schools. So their cognitive ability, unless you are able to understand this child, you stay around this child in order to understand them. It may be difficult to know because of their thinking capacity or their thinking abilities. And another one is identity occurring during their teenage years. Identity occurring during their teenage years. Yes, that is, remember that these children or adolescents, they want to fit within the communities and they want to be accepted within their communities. They want to identify what they want to become in life. So when they are not able to achieve what they want, there is what we call, they get traumatized in a way because they may not be accepted by their parents, their teachers in schools, and so forth. So it is good to be able to identify those things or to differentiate those things in order to be able to identify whether these children or adolescents have got the issues of mental health. And also, remember this reflects psychiatric disturbances. The mental health or disorders reflect psychiatric disturbances. And in adolescents may be affected more broadly by mental health problems. And these burdens interfere with adolescent development and adversely affect quality of life emotionally, socially, and vocationally. Like I've said there, that is emotionally, they may have mood swings because of how they interact with others. Also socially, how they are being accepted within the family, in schools, and within the community, and vocationally, what they want to become in life, they able to achieve or they are not able to achieve. And when they are not able to achieve those three, now what happens? They may be stuck in a way or have problems associating with the other people, that is socially, emotionally. They may be having mood swings or anger issues, and also occasionally unable to identify what they want to become in life. And mental health also problems, they have been increasing considerably in the past years in adolescents and children. They have been increasing the mental health issues or disorders or problems in adolescents. And these things have been caused by disruption of family structure. Disruption of family structure maybe when for example, in the past, family used to be very neat. Father is there, mother is there, the siblings are there, grandmother, all the family is extended, so there was enough support given to the children, contrary to what is happening today, where you find that the father is working at Nairobi or in the town, or mother is working elsewhere, the eldest sibling is working elsewhere, and maybe the youngest sibling and the few have been left with their house help in the family. So, because of those separation between the family members, the children have been at risk of developing mental health issues or disorders or problems. Another one is growing youth unemployment. This is a crisis also today which is affecting majority of the youth, whereby they go through the education system. After school, there is no jobs. They are supposed to employ themselves, in which case, remember that employment needs resources. What do you think will happen when they cannot be able to employ themselves, or they cannot be able to obtain enough resources to begin businesses? So it is mental health problems that will occur. Another one, increasing education and vocational pleasure. That is, maybe, do you have resources to sustain your education? And are you pursuing what you want to pursue in life? Because sometimes children or adolescents, they may be forced to pursue what is available because of financial strains, in which case they may not be willing to do that because of according to their needs or according to what they want to achieve in life. They may not be willing to do, but because of the strains, that is economic and financial strains, they cannot be able to do what they want, or they fail of satisfaction. So identifying also problems affecting youth, identification and the treatment and the follow-up of mental health problems in younger people can also be a bit complicated, and parents in most of the cases and teachers end up dismissing these problems as mere adolescent turmoil. They end up seeing them as the differences or the difficulties these children go through. They end up seeing them as normal happenings in the life of an adolescent. They are dismissed as mere problems, and they end up being ignored. And this ends up worsening the issues within the life of the adults and the life of adolescents and the children or the younger people. And they end up developing these problems to the worst. The issues of stress, the issues of depression, the issues of conduct issues, they are at the rise because of being ignored. And so it is also good to be able to note that children and adolescents and adults equally needs to be taken serious, because There is no one who cannot be affected by these issues. So it is always good to put in consideration on this and be able to assist each of them in a better way, so that everyone can be stable mentally and they can be able to continue with their daily life normally without more difficulties disturbing their progress or the way they act in their life. So it is good to be able, dear friends,